Hi, Ron Paulk here. I get a lot of requests for more videos on SketchUp. I may possibly do some long form tutorials in the future, but for now what I'm going to do is just focus on little tips and tricks as they come up. And this one's on the dimensioning tool. This is a tip, trick, a hack that I've known about for a long time, but I didn't know about it for a very long time. And I've found it to be incredibly productive and efficient in when I'm designing and working in SketchUp. So I'm working on the smart plans, have been for quite some time, and I've got the model rebuilt. So I went in, this is an as-built, so I went in and all of the adjustments and sizes of the cubbies and everything else that was adjusted to match, the stiffeners that I added on all of them, and then also the big one where I made the cabinets 3/4 of an inch taller and put a spacer in, a stiffener to strengthen the front of the cabinet so they won't pull apart. And that kept so that all of these drawers, the tall drawers, there's only two kind of drawers in this. I did that for efficiency and to be lean. And so anyway, I got all this as built. And what I'm doing now is I've gone through, there are, I don't even know how many pages. You can see these are all the pages that I have, I don't know, 40 pages, something like that. And so I had to go through with each of these, each cabinet or drawer or whatever has a page that I bring into layout to have them blown apart in the parts and all the things, because I got to pass on a lot of information. And so I've gone through and pretty much updated all of those. And now the last page left is my layout page. And that basically, after I updated the model, and actually I'm including the jigs, they're not all here, I've got a couple more to put on this page, to make this stuff. So I had to modify this jig here because of that spacing issue on the tall cabinets. So it was a pretty easy modification, but I'll be showing that in the plans. But anyway, so what this page is a layout page. So this represents the material, and so I have 3/4 18-inch, 12mm 1/2 inch, and 6mm 1/4 inch plywood. This is just representative so that I can do a sheet count, and I'm basically going to take the entire model, the updated model, break everything apart, lay it out so that I can do a materials list. And so it's not really like cut these pieces here. I think it would be harder to try to follow this page. This just sort of shows that you can do it. And it'll all be from plywood except for one little part that'll be from hardwood. But anyway, so what I'm doing here is in SketchUp, when I'm designing, I take my dimension tool and I check dimensions. Obviously, I need to get these things exactly to a dimension. And so you can see that this is 1'6". And that's kind of the setup, by the architectural setup that I have defaulted to. But I realized that over in layout, where I actually leave my dimensioning, so the dimensioning in SketchUp, I do it and I erase it. I just want to check things out. And so sometimes I just check it, and sometimes I'll leave it there for a little bit until I get it done, then I'll erase them because they don't transfer over well to the plans. So I dimension everything in layout. Well, in layout, I have a lot of options in the dimensioning tool for how it looks. So I can do it in feet and inches, I can do it inches, I can do it millimeters. And so I've decided that it can be confusing to do 2'2" and 1/4. So I've decided that it's going to be better to do it in, for the standard dimensioning, to do inches only. So 29.5. You can see these red ones, these older ones. This is from the plan that I did for myself. So this one is not finished. I've got to update all of the layout, and there are 21 or 22 pages. So this I haven't even started on yet. But if you look here, the way I did it was feet and inches. And so I was playing around with dimensioning here, and I got to get it, so it's cleaner, there's no line through it, but showing that this is 29 1/2 inches or 750 millimeters. And versus say 29.5, which I think, I think a lot that way, but more of a decimal. but that can be confusing too. So I'm going to do it in feet and inches and that. Well, I need to check back and forth and make sure that I got things right. So over in SketchUp, when I do it and I do 1'6", I noticed a little confusion in some other plans where it gets confused for like 16 inches over in layout. So I want them to match up. So how do I do that? I'm already in this. I've already got this plan. What if I want to do millimeters, or what if I want to do inches? What if I want to do a different format? So here is the hack, the tip. It's pretty simple, but it's really helpful. Go up to Window and choose Model Info, and then you've got all of these choices. Go down and choose Units, and then I'm going to switch it from architectural to fractional, and it's set to inches, and then I can set my precision to 16th or 8th, and so I'll go to 8th here and put that down. Now you can see, because it changed it in the model. Had I had this all the other way, it would switch all of them. But now when I do one, you can see that it's all in inches. So that was the hack. It's pretty straightforward and simple. I'll show you one more time. So you just click on Window, click on Model Info, click on Units, and then you can change it. So if I want to go to millimeter, I can click this down and go to decimal and switch this over to millimeters and click that down, and now you can see everything is switched to millimeters. So pretty simple, quick way to swap around your dimensioning. Again, SketchUp, for those that just use SketchUp, you need dimensioning and you're going to print from this, so it's nice that you've got the option. For me, since I don't use this, my next step would be to go in and delete these, because again, when I bring these models over to layout, I don't want those dimensions would come over because it'd be part of the model. And when I go into layout, these are all portals to the model. So if I go in here and I update the model reference, it will update that model reference in all my instances, because these are all portals. And you could see if I had dimensioning, then I would have the dimensioning on the model, and I could not edit it here. And so I'd be stuck with it. It doesn't display really well. And I've shown that in another video. So definitely want to do my good informative dimensioning over here, but knowing how to switch it over in SketchUp really helps. Well, if you enjoy these SketchUp hacks, tips, how-tos, or if you want to see longer form tutorials on SketchUp, be sure to give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you know when I drop another video. Also, if you want to support the channel, as you know, you can use down in the description below my Amazon link. And if you want to purchase anything from the store, you just click on it and Amazon will charge you the same price they always charge you, but they'll give us a little bit to support the channel. Also, you can get a set of my plans by clicking on the link right here in the video. Thanks for taking the time to watch. Have a great day.